rained here in Middle Tennessee today, but a couple days ago laid that vallus off over in there. Oh, I just wiped it off there with the cloth. Maybe a little rain. But that's what we ended up with. And we'll get that grill bolted in there in a couple of days. Get all energetic, enthused. A lot of rain here in Middle Tennessee today. Man, a lot of rain, all at once. That front valance we was working on the other day, that's what we ended up with. That's that enamel with that one shot enamel painter on the valance and that one shot lettering enamel there to run that stripe around through yonder. You know, just simple. We get that grill bolted on there, might make sense. 1963 Chevrolet Impala. And 1963 rained here in Middle Tennessee today. That front valance. That's that almond color right there. Enamel. One shot letter enamel. Run that stripe across there. Well, you know, scored them 3 heads up there at Tri-State, up there at Portland, you know. That's the remnants of them sawed off 90-degree elbows they used in exhaust system. And that's the condition of the thread there. Once done it, had at it with that Cape chisel. I done run a tap down in there, 1.25 inches. But yeah, that's acceptable. You know what I mean? Right there, kind of kissed the side a little bit right there, but I'd still turn that in for grade, you know. My little Cape chisel work here on the bench. Now we still have to deal with them valves. Now y'all come on back. We'll get to that. And that's what I'm talking about. Going to need a valve job ×2. I'm going to put this head right here. And then the next engine to come in is this, that right there. That's Tony's engine. Tony Bacon. You know, he done passed away last year or so. And Mike, he done already give me that engine right there. And you know, being Tony owned that engine and everything, I'm going to put it together. You know, that's a Tony Bacon engine right there. A little 1.5 horsepower McCormick dairy. Now we'll have to get an EK mag to go on it. It ain't in too good a shape, but we'll get it running there. Tony Bacon's engine. Well, you know, just kind of the plan. It's 1966. Called Paraglide right there. That thing's got one of them engine and transmission combo there I done come by. I got some headers on it, which I probably won't use in that car. But it's got a long tail shaft on that transmission, and I think I need a short tail shaft on this car. I'm just thinking. Complete motor, quadrijet, aftermarket distributor. The reason, you know, to go in this car right here, 63 Impala, from here, Middle Tennessee, the geographical center of something. Shop dog sound. Well, yeah, Parapack heads, Matt said. The 283. We'll put off in this 1963. That's that cold roll right there, 1/4 inch thick by 4 inches this way, 11 inches long on this particular piece here. But wait a minute, I'll show it is what we're going to be doing here. There'd be 2 of these pieces. One has a hole in it for the pivot. And both of them has the hole in the back part there where you can put a tie down. Two of them axle things. Axles. And 4 of them, what you call them, but you would weld these up, grind them off, and then that would be the bottom of the axle. That'd be the pivot plate for that. And then you get these axles right here, and the solely purpose to include this in the kit without going a different route and running a solid bar all the way across. Just extra time to do it this way, but I think the advantage is to be gained in practicing plug welding and grinding, metal finishing. That's the point of doing it this way, not to save metal. And I did find out, you know, there's a burr in all these right here. So that's 11 gauge, and this is 3/4. It'll go in there, but sometimes it gets a little tight, and then you just, well, we'll do it. I'll show you, but you just pound it a little bit and weld one side, and then go over and do the other side. Best way. Well, this is the this is the schematic that I drew up back in '07. You know, it's been that standard design since then. But what it'll come out to be in the end is this would be the axle, full-size drawing, and this would be the stub axle inside this tubing to this point right here, this being the wheel. So you'd press fit it in there with the wheel on here, cotter key installed. You press that in until it's a good turning fit, and then you weld these. And it's the experience of the welding and ending up with something, a good product in the end, that's the beauty of this, I think. But that's the way that is. Okay, if you, let's show you. This one, being short, goes right here. And this on the shorter one, welds to this plate center line. So it'd be right there and right there. Now, the measurement that's important here, let me stress it to you, is the center line of this wheel, the measurement here, this being this part, that being that part. Okay, and this being a 1/4 inch thick, and this be 1/4 inch thick. Being this part right here. This part, in this case here, this is a special build, so this is a little longer than normal, but that would go right there like that, and this would go right here, and you would weld here and here, affixing that to that. The important number here is measure from the top of this axle up to this part here, like from here to here. Get a ruler and measure it. So that being well, I think so dirty I can't read it. It being 3.5 inches, and the rear would be 3 3/4 inch. So you want to maintain the distance from here to here, from here to here, here square. That will give you, what you're doing is creating a clearance over here at the wheel of 1/4 inch that the front wheel can pivot, rotate underneath the cart without impediment right there. So that's the measurement. It's 3.5. So we'll get us a measurement once we get it set up here. We'll measure that and get that square, and then when you put this onto that piece of metal, if it don't come out exactly at the angle here, maybe a saw cut blade difference, you would have a little gap either front or back to maintain the distance right here to make this come out. Okay, the reason that that's not a problem is it creates a nice welding gap, makes the weld a little bit stronger with a bevel on this right here. Another tip I may offer is when you welding onto this 1/4 inch thick metal, you don't want to mount this to a heavy backing plate and then weld this 1/8 stick to that, thick to that, because this right here will act as a heat sink, and you won't get as good a weld. You want this to be spaced away where it don't absorb heat as much. Okay, let's get this cleaned up and weld something. Now that right there, that's enough to put 4 of these cart running gears together. Now we get them welded up now. I got that there hot roll off of that metal. Used a 36. That's 36 grit right there. Well, what I got's a big old piece of angle right there. Everything else just jigged up there, 1.5 inches tall right there to make everything come out on center. From the edge of this right here to the edge of this axle right here is the same distance apart, same distance up and down. Over there it's the same measurement as this side over here. And them pieces in there, you know, you can put them wherever you want them at, you know. So I'm just gonna put them right there. Angle is really good, very weldable. I'll show you. Now we'll run a bead around yonder, flux core wire, about 30 thousandths. That Hobart handler, it'll get the job done. Striking art. You know, before you start welding with that flux wire, if you spray everything down, that's that Anchor right there, Anchor brand anti-spatter. It works good for me. I got no complaints with this brand of stuff. Well, yeah, we'll run a couple of beads in there right now.